Welcome to the Success Mindset Podcast, where we empower you to unlock your full potential and achieve greatness. Join us as we explore the transformative power of your mindset and uncover the strategies that will help you conquer your goals and create the life that you've always dreamed of. So buckle up, get inspired, and let's dive into today's episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Success Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, and today we're going to have a topic that's pivotal for not just business owners and managers, but anyone who finds themselves in a leadership role. We're going to dive deep into effective delegation, empowering and developing your team. Grab a notebook and a pen because this episode is loaded with actionable insights. So first off, let's talk about what delegation actually is. Core delegation is really, at the core, is the part of assigning responsibility and authority to somebody else to complete a clearly defined and agreed upon task. And while you retain your ultimate responsibility for its success at the same time. But delegation isn't about dumping tasks on someone. It's about empowering your team, promoting trust, and developing skills among your team members. So why is delegation important? Number one, efficiency. You can't do it all, right? Delegation allows you to focus on higher level tasks that only you can do. Number two is skill development. It's an opportunity for your team to grow and learn and develop new skills. And then morale and engagement. People are more engaged when they feel trusted and valued. Delegation does exactly that. So here are some common mistakes, though, in delegation. Number one is micromanaging. Once you delegate, step back. Give your team the space to execute the task. Number two, unclear instructions. Always set clear expectations to avoid misunderstandings. And then number three, improper match. Delegate the right tasks to the right people and know your team's strengths and your team's weaknesses. So now how to delegate effectively. Here's the who. Skill assessment. Take the time to know your team's strengths and your team's weaknesses and interests. And then readiness level. Assess the readiness of your team members for the tasks that you actually plan to delegate. So that's the who. And now the what. Task clarity. Define the task. Make it SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And then number two, task significance. Explain why the task is important. This is going to inspire a greater sense of purpose. And then the how. Clear instructions. Give all the necessary information and make sure to offer resources or training if needed. Accountability. Set up milestones and regular check-ins, but avoiding micromanaging. And then the when. Set a timeline. Clearly state when the task should be completed or give a time frame. So now let's talk about empowering through delegation. Celebrate successes. Whenever a task is successfully completed, acknowledge that and celebrate it. And number two, learn from failures. If a task was not successful, don't just reclaim it. Instead, use it as a learning opportunity. And then number three is continuous feedback. Maintain an open line of communication. Make sure your team that they feel heard and that they feel valued. The psychology of delegation. Number one, trust. It builds a culture of trust and integrity. That's what you want to do. And so number two is competence. That allows team members to develop new skills and therefore increases their competence. And then autonomy. That instills a sense of that autonomy and ownership, increasing job satisfaction and also the motivation to do the job. So there we have it. Effective delegation is not about offloading tasks. It's about setting up your team for success. It's about empowering them. It's about creating leaders within your organization. It's not just something that you do to make your life easier. It's really something that you do to make everyone better. So here is your call to action. I want to first say thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Success Mindset Podcast. And if you found this episode valuable, I do encourage you to write down the delegation tasks that you plan to assign this week. Talk to your team about their interests and their strengths, and then set up a delegation action plan. Implement these steps and witness the transformative power of effective delegation. Okay, so now I know this was a lot to take in this week, but leadership is a journey and every step counts. So stay tuned now though for next week as we discuss the importance of being a strong and competent and empathetic leader. You're not going to want to miss it. And until then, take action, empower your team, and keep reaching for success. Thank you for joining us on another enlightening episode of the Success Mindset Podcast. Remember, you have the power to shape your destiny and create the life that you desire. If you're ready to take action, subscribe to the podcast and never miss an episode. Share it with your friends and your family and help us build a community of like-minded individuals striving for success. Until next time, stay motivated, keep learning, and let's continue to achieve greatness together.